This is Chapter 2.5 from The Flester's Week. It fits between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. From The Abridged History of Monsters, written by Rebecca Darling, from Sayings of Otis Delancey Dillinger, unpublished. What you gotta remember is that monsters grew up with us, so they ain't the distant strangers that most folks write about. Dracula might have seemed a curiosity back in the times, but most of the weird stuff we think about him wasn't that weird compared to other people from the same time. Everybody wore capes and talked funny. Lots of people lived in creepy manners and treated guests weird. Hell, even the turning into animals and silver allergy was just stuff people applied as a general rule to people who weren't socially acceptable. The witch is healing people and don't go to church. Hershey turns into a fox. The smith likes men and nobody's strong enough to do nothing about it. Only silver can kill him. The problem is that while all the people were blaming and killing each other, the real monsters were still out there watching and waiting, learning what we wanted to believe, and marveling mostly at what we do to each other. But they don't make nearly so obvious that they're different from us with clothes as accents and such. When Otis was originally teaching me about monsters, the first thing I had to learn was not to trust popular culture. Some of this was because a lot of it is propaganda, lies from within the system to protect powerful people who just happen to be monsters. But it's not all some giant deep state or rich oligarch conspiracy. Pop culture is all the lies we tell ourselves to make life livable, and accept the shitty circumstances we're stuck with. Sometimes it doesn't matter what we do. We're not safe. And magic doesn't like us feeling not safe all the time, so it hides monsters. Just about the only thing that all monsters have in common is that magic loves them. Or at least hides them and covers up for them and cleans up after them. Best I can tell, magic is everywhere. They are fields of attraction or repulsion for random monsters to draw in their prey or evade discovery from monsters or just regular people. I wish Otis was more of a scientist so he could explain this better. I understand what he means most of the times, but his taxonomies and sortings are all super confusing. There's 3 types of magic and there's 4 types of monsters. There's chemical or biological solutions for most monsters, and it's always safer to avoid monsters than to challenge them. Things like that. Always look at how other people are reacting to see how I'm supposed to be affected. There were so many rules, and a lot of them I had to learn at 6 years old. But I digress. Frank the Vampire had worked the night shifts in the junior college library for as long as anyone could remember. Otis said the primary thing that defined vampires, one of the 4 types of monsters, is that they can't let go. Some of them have some grand quest for knowledge or to protect family or whatever, but most of them it's something that would land them on a local access TV show. Men nearing completion of Matchbox car collection, or a woman who has almost all novelty lunchboxes from 70s television show, etc. Most vampires are obsessed with something, and they have to consume some analog for life to continue. That's what makes them dangerous, because other people's lives are a small thing compared to their obsession. People die all the time, but no one has ever had all the Pokemon cards. Sure, they also can't learn to have patience with all that. They also can learn to have patience with all the time they've got, but most of them don't. They can build great business empires, but most of them don't. They can construct grand legacies, but most of them don't. Ambition is never lacking in vampires, but they're just as distractible and useless as the people they were when they were alive. And most people don't have it in them to be successful. Most successful people would never have become vampires in the first place. Vampires are inherently unfinished, so most of their master plans are scattered all over whatever sort of dwelling they manage to scrabble together. Most vampires are ADHD writ large, hyper-focused over centuries, and the laundry never gets put away. One would think they're not that scary, really, but they are. All monsters are. Or I'm a schizophrenic who's off her meds.